Hello, my name is Morty GX and welcome back to another night of Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to be continuing on the storyline with my character Morty here. We're nearing the end. I feel it, we're nearing the end. It's always pirates. Goddamn pirates. But yeah, we are now looking for Sicard. Who I forgot a letter in his name. Here are my queries. A disgruntled merchant informed me that the wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa Lenosa, offering wares price far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ocean Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way at once. Don't mind my reading, by the way. I know it's not the greatest, but we are now returning onto the adventure. Last time we came by, we got stuck and all that. On moving forward in the storyline, because apparently pirates didn't want to show up to a meeting, and one of them is apparently strong enough to be like, yeah, no, we ain't doing this. But apparently their captain is bedridden, so the I guess side captain came up and was like, hey, yeah, no, I can do this. Took over and found a new way on how to make Gil while everybody else is struggling to figure out how to do so. Other than that, let me guys know how your 4th of July went. Bet it was pretty awesome. Saw a lot of fireworks and all that going off on some of the posts on Twitters. Give me a moment. Okay, everything. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he's truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be aware wary of those aligned to the Emerald, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Morty, mine is unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. God is right. And even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too can tell to be mixed with society's underbelly. Can tell, but very well. Believe it, you. Got business with me, cat boy? I... Damn, you're the crystal horse fellow? That I am. But you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystal for? I, I, Don't look at us, you idiot. You give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you got there. That's right! I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest material. I bid you show me your wares. You got lucky. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouse. Takes time to establish trust, you understand? Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright. It claims that no ordinary crystal adorning your staff. So I'll make an exception. Come with me. And he almost got taken away too. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Alright. So we head on up. Diva music. Gotta love it. They went into the tunnels quietly now. Oh? Not just anybody. Hmm? Interesting. You won't find any finer. Especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them. If that's worries, they're from Okaramuro, if you take my meaning. Stuff as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Oh, go on, bro. Take it from the kobolds, just as we expected. That's enough. That you got. Turn around slowly. I'm Sakar, acting captain of the bloody executioners. No need to introduce yourself. We know who you are, Lions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Emerald. Got eyes and ears everywhere. See, come with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we established you ain't here to buy crystal. The question is, what are you here for? You're bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the bloody executioner opposed the Emerald's will. And we have our answer. The Limosa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessels not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will ya? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and him especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about their fancy red clawbirds, you lot stormed Gulgrom and battered the bleeding Titan himself. Rise a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastman never summons their thinking god again. Practicing your successors, we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them. But with the galleons gone, there's no one left to ply our trades on, except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? Only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Emerald's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lanosa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Emerald. I'll even provide the venue, the astrological. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. That's an interesting thing that just went. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirates' powers of Limsa Lenosas are not to be trifled with. But all is well that ends well. Gratia, timely, provate, provosh, can they, provate, location had the desired effect, and the card has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lanosa and pass on his invitation to the Emerald. Right, I'm gonna head on back. Morty, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Give me 1 second, folks. Alright, get back to it. I am not going to be able to pronounce the Emerald's name properly. Welcome back, my friend. What's new? So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting beside. Suffice to say, I accept the card's invitation and I would have you join me as my guest. The meeting of Lamizza hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scion's presence to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard,
Interesting.
Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates.
Too
Oops,
bloody
I'm sorry,
right.
folks.
Pirates till we die!
What we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
Ooh.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our
Damn.
nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago,
That
when
is
the
true.
Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we
The Admiral's got a
embrace
point.
change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Fair enough. But what do we have to say?
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Uh-oh. Damn.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Damn. They're gonna have a shoot-off. Who's got the bigger gun? I wonder.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
Damn. I think the only person that has the guts to interfere is the captain himself.
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir.
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain.
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Lemsa Laminsa.
Yep.
At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what you are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything you want. Be anything you want.
You bloody idiots! Love that.
Pirates, I. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate!
Yep.
Lad, I made ye me right hand cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Oh.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of
Not-
many a proud
Damn.
pirate's voyage.
Damn.
Mistbeard's vanished into legend. And it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas.
But the gun is named
no
Annihilator?
doubt.
Holy shit.
But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Damn. That's one hell of a name. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Helper would intervene. But I'm fully glad I am that he did. That would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson something 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 because I clicked the wrong one. I heard. Now I hardly tell you, but any attempts to negotiate with the tribe is doomed to fail unless their mind can first be wrested from the grasp of their god. And so in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's wounds. Give it to us. We will open his ear to reason. You have my thanks. Here we proceed. There is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Dragon swarmed at our hall in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go bounty of sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An obstinate argument, conspiracy lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous. We took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reach of Lenosa, which the kobolds believes theirs. Bloodshed followed the and bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every limb of Velbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history. You understand it. It is present, flesh and raw, and with their kindred bloody yet on our hands. Hey, Bubble Circle! Thank you for the follow. On our hands, will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their temper. Emerald, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting. But as things stand, I see no reasons why the kobold would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Fate, they would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of the crystals we will bring, I wager they will attempt to summon Titan there, and then, meaning a high priest would need to be present to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely, he is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize to our chance at peace, and there may venture founder. Yet it needs not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not lives. Aye, that would serve well done Marshal. So friends, what do you think of our... you of our strategy? Holy sh... The effect of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to the Primal's influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of Aether to reverse its effect, not to mention time. Time during which LSA would be defenseless. Even should we look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesla would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Belbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Alway. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled. Then see your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there, Aeon. Just gonna do something really quick here. So we are gonna move on to the next quest. Camp Overlook. There's Alway, Graha, and Alphino. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless. So I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and you should want for it there. You need only to say the word. Gaboo! Did you follow us here? Gaboo! There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express state say, please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? Taboo. My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the generous spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Dada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us process to the Ugamo mines at once. I like the game. I love the story. It is just hard for me to say the words. If I remember correctly, that is blocked off, so I gotta go this way. There's gonna be some fighting. This Aetherite will bear us to our query. Could he make to summon Titan? As I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till at least LSA's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Azara do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friend. I spy calmer waters beyond this wall. Are they gonna talk in this, or?
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwyd Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa
Patriarch.
Minsa.
I couldn't even say patriarch.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
Like he had any control of that emerald, but I get it.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Yep, they're gonna try summon Titan now.
Just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Let's do this. Alright. Just gotta defend Alway.
We must protect Alize!
You're in my sight.
Alright. They're lending Alway Aether so that way they can... Oh. Damn. What do you mean I can attract them? Oh, yikes. Still not enough. Just a little bit more. We got this. Let's go.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Go, Antelope. Have we freed the mind yet?
Did it work?
Did it?
What?
Did it work?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Yep.
No! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Yep. Too bad.
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gaboo!
What are you doing here?
Gaboo! Ah.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things.
Gaboo!
But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Yep.
I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation.
Yep.
In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
I mean, if I was the kobold, that would sound too good to be true.
We believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades.
Yeesh.
It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
Yep.
Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
You're aiming at the knee, Cobalt. You gotta aim a little higher. It did say a little higher, but not what I expected.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gaboo does. And I will
Yaboo! Yaboo belch for us.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Hmm. Dare say. Became a little bit more trusting.
Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Alright. Seems I found a way forward with the kobolds. Next we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. There is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say I was in your debt, but as that has long been true, so instead I will say thank you for helping us to pilot a new course, not only for Limsa, but all Izoria.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe,
Floating
man.
city.
What is it?
I think it's best you see for
What's-
yourself. Please, come with me.
What can be strange at the floating city?
What in the world is that?
Ah,
A tower?
You can see
That-
it too, then?
would be
I
strange
was
then.
losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. Aye. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Very interesting. Towers just start springing from the ground. Out of curiosity, how far behind am I? Okay, I'm in post 2. Because that was post 1. I guess I got my ways to go.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Rocket Preserve!
It can't be.
Shall we do something sooner? I think that was just like in the...
After them!
I think they just had a Bahamut fly by.
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandania, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What does he want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
Haven't we
final
heard about the
days?
final days
But it was
almost
the
about
Essien
2-3
who labored
times
to
now?
prevent them.
You're quite right. Though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different,
Well
you
then.
see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother
He
trying
can't
to
just
reason.
take himself out. He has
You
to
will
drag
find I
everyone
have
down with
no
him.
reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
Yep. Definitely burning the area.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone else.
Lunar Bahamut. So now there's variants of them. That's just great.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Now we gotta deal with Lunar Bahamut. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though. Not quickly enough to save the garden. Rabba, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the towers. We need to find out what it's for. I'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Malwa tells me, you're due some time off duty. If we learn anything about the towers, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. Well, that happened. That was interesting, nevertheless. Let's see. There's Krill. Ah, you're back too. Good. We've received the report from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the event in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tedious, predictable, but for the endless variant of our foe. This Grenadel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrical, he gave away a little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature did resemble the description I've seen of the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answers to Gandel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it's more probable that it is some manner of similar power born of Cassian's magic. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Justola? I have been to see the Vital, knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their temper. I judge it best to provide them with the care first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Udal and delivered the proxy to Her Grace, along with the detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to conclude with the arrival of some troubled tide. The immortal flames had been on Cap's of agreeing to a truce with the Amalajas when negotiating abruptly collapsed. The Amalek claim that a number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Not is known of the perpetrator as of yet, but as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abduction, they came upon one of Benedel's tower. On this subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Azorian phenomena according to the Alliance. They have been sighted as far afield as Yanix. If so, then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, obstinately at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of a notorious on such folk. Estidian. Now just a moment. If he could be pursued to lend us his lands, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we will still struggle even to find him. You let me and Krill worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him. Regardless, so if there's no objection, we shall depart at once. Nope, they just went to go find a man that likes to fall himself into a cave. Well, rather than standing around, I think I might go to each of the city states and educate them in the use of the proxy. They would doubtless appreciate it. But might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the task ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? Come now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience there is, nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. A long future, mine. Whatever the fellow overlord might hope, we'll stop them, won't we, together? Raha, are you trying to put a ring on it? Damn that cat. Meanwhile, somewhere in the lofts.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
I am gonna make it autoplay, listen to it. Grabbing my drink.
thank goodness for that.
Yo, he looks pale. And walking weird.
Glory be to Garibald!
Yep. I don't think it's the beast tribe that's only gonna need the tempering.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Well, it looks like Thanos doesn't want to play samurai anymore. Wonder what he'll become. And swords. Onto the breach. Good news, Morty. Thancred and Yuranji have finished their tour of Calamari. Well, and are on their way back here, even as we speak. Ooh. As we still haven't heard anything on towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Hey. As an narrator one. Ah, welcome party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I heard, you've been more than busy as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was a little more than a spectator. the lion's share of the credit must go to Alway, Graha, and Morty. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't been all tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step forward towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyways, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of scouting party. No. You haven't lost him, have you? No. Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. Oh, come on, I don't want to read his lines. And I did try repeatedly, but no. He decided to linger in Alamingo to praise Rab Bahan and the others of how the land lies in Galamar. Okay. Then perhaps you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eyes could see. Nerval and the Aral, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hand of Xenos and Vanderall? Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still with frogs of soldiers and civilians working their days and nights to rebuild, or rather transform it. Transform it into what? That's a difficult question to answer. The concentration is vast and unsettling to behold. Like something from a nightmare according to Urianger. Certain aspect of its designs were clearly deceived with the manipulation of aether in mind. Magic, in other words. Yet as unnerving as that efficient was, it was nothing next to the sight of it builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with Nara word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were processed or tempered. We want to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Underel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Kalama? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certainly certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger. Which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raha is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requests our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I spied one on the way back. And I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter. As I promised Girl, we need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we'll have to speak with Yurange before the meeting. Yurange, love the guy. Hard to read his language. If you are curious to know what I'll be doing in your absence, let us speak of it another time. At present, Pearl and I have no more than a hypothesis. Bro. Speak with Yuranjin. Please read it. No. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely returned from your mission, Yurange. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Val, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you have grown a bit taller after the whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elzins are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a roach such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eyes. Aye, thus not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish propitiatory, grew married by towered over me nevertheless. Arnval brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, Ordola, mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gives you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? If Ordola is going with him, that must mean... My apology. As Arvel rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend to. Let us be about it. They're gonna make me read all this.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might
It is
strike
getting
next.
hot in here.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Porksies. I gotta remember that.
Are you saying they were tempered?
They were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
That is weird.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Teleforoy.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, They can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We're glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
I'm surprised they let her out of
Give us
jail.
the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my overall hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
Rest of me life.
And you, Fudola?
Love that.
Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
Yep.
I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Huh?
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alfino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
That is true.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He's such a kind man.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Yep. Oh.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Sorry, you always surprise me.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Alright.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Alright.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Okay, this part he's not so bad on his wordings. Great. Well, I know it's not exactly 10 o'clock just yet, folks, but we did make a lot of progress, and it's really getting hot in this room. As much as I hate to say it. Like, I got one fan going over there. Let's see. Yeah, it's right there, as you guys can see. So, well, stay with me, camera. Stay with me. Alright. So, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for so much for coming by to the stream and all that. I really do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow at 7:30, and we are going to be on a new game then. Until then, this has been Morty GX. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Yeah, just take care before I make this any longer. Actually, no, let's make it a little bit longer. Yeah, let's make it a little bit longer by saying, if you guys want to see me do more storyline, comment down below in the YouTube comments or go onto Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can make a comment on it, and let me know. Until then, it's been Morty GX, and I'm signing out. Take care, folks.